if you sat in the town halls and you listen to what happened, essentially there's a cottage industry in almost every part of our industry that's trying to help diversity, but it hasn't been collected and it hasn't been forcefully put at scale. And there's a lot of statistics about diversity overall, but one statistic I heard, which is if you collected the major tech companies, at least in our space, you could essentially fit most of the real true diversity. There's 40, 50, 100, 200,000 employees. You could fit them all on several airplanes. And that's how few truly diverse people are in the industry right now. And I think that is something over a long period of time that we need to solve. And there's a lot of people trying to solve it. So as we kind of went through these town halls, there were simple steps that came out on the surface, which were organize a directory, just simply put together. I know at my company, we spend a lot of time on diversity and trying to figure out how you find out who's working on diversity in the industry. There's no real public record of it, so we're going to be putting together a directory. The second piece is to put together a pipeline of all of the pools of diversity together so that we can all do it. The third is to engage the membership, and I have an ask at the end of this presentation that I'd love your help with overall. And then the last thing was when we went through this, it was really clear that diversity is a topic people are passionate about. We need to attack it as an industry, but it's not holistically looked at. So the one thing we're announcing today is the launch of a brand, iDiverse. And this is going to be the brand that we're going to use as an industry, and the IAB is going to use as an industry to move forward on this project. And the project, just like any other brand, is going to have a big, hairy, audacious goal. It's going to take all of us getting involved to work on it. And when you leave the room today, specifically, if you want to be involved in this project, you should consider yourself working at this brand. And I have a full-time job, you have a full-time job, but we should all think about this as another job that we have. And I think every year we should be making serious progress against it. So I'm really excited about this, and I think it's going to be really impactful. So what you can really do is, one is sign your company up. I know inside of AOL, when we started doing these road shows, I decided to test a number of things, and I went out to the company to some leaders, Twyla and Maureen. I don't know if they're in the crowd here. Oh, they're right over here. So Twyla and Maureen. Maureen's one of our lead technologists, and Twyla runs HR for the Huffington Post. And I asked them inside of our own company to lead this effort, and we did a number of test trials. We spend a lot of time on diversity now, but we did one project that we tried, which we called it 50 for 15. We tried to hire 50 diverse interns from really low economic areas and bring them into our offices, and it was ground up led. It was an awesome project. It was an amazing outcome for us as a business, but we were able to give 50 people the opportunity to come to AOL on top of all the other diversity stuff that we did. So you can make an impact at your company. You don't have to basically have a formal thing. You can suggest ideas like that, and I think you're coming to do it. So please go back to your company. The second is to push your leaders. And I know as a leader in the company I'm in, that when people are passionate about a project and they get directly in touch with me about it and it makes total sense for our business, I essentially get involved, or actually don't get involved. I usually let them go do the project and help them fund it. So I would hope if you're passionate about this, you'll go to your leader. If you are a leader of a company, you pick the baton up and run with it. But if you're not the leader, please go to your leader if you're passionate about it. And then the third thing is just hire diversity and hire graduates, which is an easy statement to make. But the big, hairy, audacious goal that we're shooting for is 10,000 diverse opportunities over 10 years. And it's 1,000 a year. And I want to break this math down for you because I think this is a mathematical problem, just like everything else in the industry. If we have ad blocking as an issue and we need to figure out, this is human blocking. And we need to figure human blocking out for diversity. So I'm committing personally at AOL to get 100 diverse either full-time or internship opportunities a year for the next 10 years. The IAB is going to do 50 to 100 overall of training full-time people and interns to come into the industry, and we're partnering with the educational system, SUNY, and other college systems to train people to come into the industry. But between the IAB and AOL, I think that we can knock off 200 a year, and that leaves 800 for the rest of the industry. And if you think about the companies that are in our industry, the commitment is a lot of people are already have programs here in general, but if we get together under iDiverse, set 10,000 as the goal, and we'd love to make 10,000 full-time new hires in diverse area over the next 10 years and do 1,000 a year, which is a fraction of what the population is, but that 1,000 a year will have a compounding effect in terms of how this number can change overall. And the last piece I would just say from the current total pools of diversity, there are literally hundreds of small companies trying to help diverse people get into this industry overall. There's companies like, they're not small anymore, but Year Up that many people know about from the 60 Minutes interviews that they did, all the way through 2 or 3 person shops, through military diverse, of people transitioning out of the military, and we're going to do a huge amount of tapping into those pools overall. But let me ask you a question, because we all work together in the industry. Do you feel like 10,000 diverse jobs are attainable over 10 years? Yes. Are we committed to doing it? Yes. So I would ask that you get involved, and I'll give you one example of involvement is after we essentially went out and started talking to people about this, Rick Vanderkooy from Microsoft sent me an email after hearing about this once and said Microsoft is in and committed to doing this. And I think both they're a sponsor here today. They hosted one of the town halls down in DC. And I think the commitment level you're seeing from the companies involved here in general, there's so much talk about diversity. I'm a street level thinker, and I love talking about diversity at a high level, but I'm more concerned about how do we actually pump real people into real jobs inside the industry and set a goal like this. So today, walking out of this room, we have 800 jobs to fill a year overall, and I'm hoping that whether your company has 5 people in it, or 500 or 500,000, that you'll commit to helping knock out those 800. You can email me directly if you want to get involved with this. My email is tim.armstrong@teamaol.com, and I will respond to you directly if you want to get involved in this overall.